Hey guys, I'll be with you in a minute. I'm sorry, I keep doing this every time I start to do a stream. I need to go to the bathroom. I'll be back in about a minute. Give me a second. Give me a minute. I need to go to the bathroom quickly again. Right, sorry about that. Oh dear. It's always the same, you know. If you're not going to do a stream, you don't want to go to the bathroom. And when you do a stream, you want to go to the bathroom. You know, I could have just not done a stream and I wouldn't have had to go to the bathroom. But because I've done the stream, I have to go to the bathroom. I don't know. Anyway, topic streams for this week. But before I do the streams for this week, I've just got to love my mate Simon there. Fucking Simon's a crack up. Just watch his last video. A minute. I just watched his last video, titled "I'm sick of the drama." Now, people have been talking to Simon about, you know, drama, but they still keep talking about drama on his channel and his comments. And what I'm finding funny is that if people don't want to see this drama because they're getting sick and fed up of reading and seeing it, why do they keep going back to that channel and putting comments down like, "Oh, I'm sick and fed up of this drama, you know, is it ever going to stop, blah, blah, blah." Because every time you're doing that, you're creating more drama by participating in the drama, I suppose. If you don't want the drama, just don't go to the channel, full stop. Like Simon said, you don't want to see what's being said in a certain channel, you've got an option. Little red box in the corner of the screen with X in it. Click that. And it better still, don't even go to the fucking channel. Don't even subscribe to him or view the fucking videos or the comments, you know, because like, if you don't want to be a part of the channel or the drama, I should say, if you don't want to be a part of the drama, don't fucking go there and read the comments, because like, you know, it's the easiest thing to do. Yeah, like, you know, Simon said, hey, you know, maybe you should do more channels, more videos like that, because like, you know, he's getting more fucking views talking about drama shit than he is on the paranormal. Maybe me and Simon should create some kind of drama between ourselves and see what comments we get, you know. Maybe me and Simon could slag each other off in a nice, polite way and see what happens. That'd be fun, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it, Si? Anyway, if you don't like the drama, keep away from it. And yeah, I'm trying to keep away from it. But I will support my friend Simon. I will go and watch him. I will be part of his channel. I will be a part of his hangouts if needs to be. Simon can handle the shit. I can kind of, you know, I'm still going through, you know, all this problem that's been going on the last 3-4 weeks now. Still getting it investigated by the authorities. But like anything, you know, it does take time for them to come around and view the evidence and all that kind of crap. So I suppose they've got other kind of things to do, you know. They can't just put resources on me, you know, they've got other crimes to fight and sort out. But it's been dealt with. You know, I've had phone calls, I've had letters, I've got them coming around very soon now. They've actually got the channels of which have been putting the nasty videos and comments up. And yes, they are actually going to be contacting YouTube to try to get those videos and those channels taken down, I believe. The thing is, what I was told by the authorities, by the police, is that they can only do so much in their departments on their computer systems. They cannot view videos and they cannot view pictures. They can only do that by going to a particular special department, getting authorization codes to put into the systems to actually view videos and photos. In online videos, they go have like special permission to go and watch online, because for you know, they could just click on the link and their whole system could be infected by a virus or a Trojan or something. Yeah, so that's why, you know, they can't go on and watch videos. Have to apply in writing or through email to the high department to check out these channels, and they'll say yes or no or whatever. And if they say yeah, it's probably like a waiting time, or you know, I don't know. But I've got evidence on my computer, and I said, well, if you want to come down and get the evidence, I can give you a memory stick. You can take all the evidence on a memory stick and take it back to your office and check it out yourself, because I don't want them sitting here watching videos that can take up to about 3 hours to watch, you know, kind of thing. Because I did sit and watch a couple of them, and I've got a rough idea where in the videos is more important. But because they've not been round this week, which they said they might do, didn't say they was going to, but because they said they might do, I actually watched the videos and I've got a rough idea where the more important video evidence was, but I've now forgotten. So if they do come around, I'm going to say, well, look, I can't remember exactly where it is. Here's the videos, you know, here's a memory card. You can take it back to your department, watch it, fair enough. If not, then you're going to have to sit here for 3 hours. And I don't want to waste their time and resources for 3 hours, you know, kind of thing. And I don't think they would. They probably might go more on the actual screenshot evidence than the actual video evidence. So, no, if you don't like drama, stop going to the channel, stop listening to it. You know, I know I'm talking about it at the moment, but, you know, if you don't like it, mute me or mute your mic, your headphones, or click that X button. You don't need to be here if you don't want to listen to it. But luckily enough, it's been very quiet last week or so. And yes, I have heard a lot more stuff. And I've heard that certain people are going to be stepping in and doing videos. But I'm not going to say who, what, when, where, how, whoever. I know, and I'm not going to say, but you'll find out soon enough, probably. It won't be long until you see something come up. Because I've heard like 4 people supposed to be doing videos, and I've not seen one video come up yet. Now, no, my luck, all 4 videos will probably pop up on the same day or within a couple of days from each other. It's going to be interesting to watch, and then probably, like, you know, see who are actually doing these videos. But I think what these videos are going to be is more actually fighting against the bullies, the real bullies, not the ones like, you know, who, I think it's also the victims, like being me as well. I think my name's probably going to be pulled in, guarantee it. But in a good way, you know, saying like, you know, Steve been picked on so many times, you know, this guy doesn't need to be picked on, you should leave the guy alone, you know, stop trying to fuck with his life and all this kind of shit. I wouldn't be surprised if that's actually on one of the videos. That's going to come up this week or next week or whenever. Cut from that. Right, this week, I know Rose is going to her mum's this week, and she's going to do some live streams. And I know she's asked me to try and do 1 or 2 streams with her, which I'll probably try to do, okay? But it depends on Rose's dongle. I know she said that she's got a dongle and she's having problems with it. Said something about Windows 10 won't accept the drivers or something, so she might have to borrow her son's laptop to do the streaming. She's even gone out and bought a second dongle, I think. So she's going to be doing either 1 stream or 4 streams or whatever amount of streams she could do. And I probably might be on at least one of the streams. I'm still going to do streams. I know I said to you guys, fuck it, I'm cutting it down, you know, bollocks all this bullshit. I sat and thought, I'm the nard. And bollocks, fuck them. I'm going to do the streams whenever I want to fucking do a stream. We get trolls on there, guys. All you got to do is block them, okay? Block their ass. I don't give the fuck who they are, just block them. Don't even, like, you know, as soon as they leave a negative comment, block their ass. I don't give a fuck who it is. You know, someone I've known for 2 years, 2 months, 2 weeks, whatever, just block their asses. If they come back and say, well, like, you know, I was only fucking around with you, or I didn't mean to say that, tough shit, because they shouldn't have said it in the first place. So anyone comes on, just block their asses. And that way we're not going to get any more drama. Now, I did do a little stream yesterday regarding some of the items I got from my magnet fishing. Now, as some of you might have saw, I pulled out these from the lake. Well, not the lake, the river. These are musket balls. I thought that's just like ball bearings, but they're not. They are actually musket balls. And I've got like 9 different sizes, or 9 musket balls, but 4 different sizes. Now, I originally thought musket balls were made out of lead, right? But I was wrong. Musket balls were also made out of iron. Because I Googled it yesterday. And yeah, I saw one particular article on Google that someone had a musket ball just like that, and they valued it at $175 to $225 on eBay. So I'm sitting on the little mini nest bag here, probably. Like, I think like a very small one like this would probably be about $30-40. It's only a small one, more like a buckshot one, really. Actually, I suppose. Well, it might have been one for like a small pistol lock gun. But you know, I've got here alone is for like 4 different sizes. There's those 2. You see the different sizes on those. And then there's these 2. So I've got 4 different size like musket balls. Actually, there's another one, so it's 5 different sizes actually. Now, these were probably made well before the Victorian ages. And what they was doing in the river, I do not know. But I really did think that these were just like ball bearings from something like a motorbike or a car. But when I looked on Google, you know, you could actually see that this is identical to the musket ball that I saw on Google. And they actually gave the measurements of certain musket balls. And these measure up around about the same size. Kind of crazy that, you know, I did find 10, but one actually fell out of the bag and rolled back in the river. And I was going to go back there today, but I was too tired and I had to go shopping anyway, so I didn't go out today, apart from shopping. But I'm hoping to go up there again during the week. But tomorrow I'm going to go to a different part of the River Wandle. Weirdest thing is, though, is that both different parts of the Wandle I've been to, I've come across little money spills, you know, like, okay, when I went there on, what day is it, yesterday, Saturday, on Friday, when I went down there, I found the odd penny walking along the actual like river itself. But when I got down near to the Safe Centre, which is in Colliers Wood, there used to be like an old mill there. It's like a paper mill, and some other kind of like mill which they used during World War II for ammunition and like, you know, making stuff for World War II. Now they actually got bombed and destroyed here. Now there is an old mill there, yeah, like one of those old turning water mill things. And just a little bit further down, you've got like one of those big old fucking like wheat stones. It's actually on my fishing channel. You haven't seen it, but I was, you know, I found a penny down there, and I thought, yeah, let's move further up. So I moved further up here, and for some reason I stopped at this little spot, and I was phoning with my magnet. If you don't know what magnet fishing is, this is magnet fishing. What you do is you get a big magnet. I don't use this one because it's 140 kilo and I can't be throwing this in with my bad arm, but I've got 60 kilo that I use. And I was throwing this in the, and then bringing it out. I was getting coins left, right, and centre. And I pulled out around about 44 pence in coppers from one particular part of the lake, well, River Wandle. Now, yesterday, I went to a completely different part of the Wandle. It must have been about 5 miles further up. And, you know, I was getting like little bits and pieces like rusty nails and, you know, screws and bolts and stuff like that. And I really wanted to go to a part where I knew there was going to be a lot of iron stuff here, and probably steel. But when I got there, I couldn't find the entrance, so they must have like blocked it up. Because where it used to be, there's a lot more transport there, so they must have like done some kind of construction and blocked off the back entrance, so we can't get in there. So I thought, fuck it. So I moved off. I thought, oh, I might as well walk on a bit more. And I came across this bridge, and walk over the bridge. I threw my magnet in, and I picked up a 10-pence coin. And I wasn't getting much luck there, so I thought, let's walk up a bit further. And I come along the pathway, and there's like these like little lanes you got to walk around, and there's like a little patch there with concrete path there. So I just sat there, and I started throwing my magnet, and I was pulling out shitloads of like nuts, bolts, screws. You know, I picked out a lot of weird stuff out there. You know, and at that one location, again, I hit a little money hole. You know, I picked out probably about, again, 48 pence in coppers, in a couple of 5-pence pieces, 2p's, 1p's, and like 10 musket balls, and even a little bullet, which I've got. To prove that I've got the bullet, I was told to put it somewhere safe, so just in case it doesn't get sunlight or something on it, because it could explode. It might kill me. There's the bullet. Live bullet, live ammunition. In with the bloody musket balls. So that was like, well, you know, that made me fucking happy, because I found the fucking bullet, you know. Now, you know, someone handed that bullet before. Okay, it's not been spent, so, you know, there weren't no dead bodies in the river. But I came home and I'd done a little session, and my K2 was going like, not just on the musket ball and this, but I had padlocks, keys, what I found, a hammer, like a hammerhead, this great big fucking round thing with like 200 8V written on it. And I did get told it was possible for like one of those fire hydrant things, like a marker. That's what it is, a fire hydrant marker. So like, you know, you got 200 8V, whatever it is. That's probably like, could be 200 meters away from the actual fire hydrant itself or whatever. And I didn't know that. And I was trying to find out what it was until I was told what it was on Facebook last night. So what I'm going to do is, not every time I go to the river, but when I find something interesting, I will try to do like a little session on them to find out if any of them may have kind of some kind of like spiritual attachments to them. Not saying they're going to, but like, you know, I found 2 knives. Well, I found a dinner knife and a dinner fork. And I found on Friday a steak knife, which half the wooden handle is like corroded. And I was just putting the K2 meter near them. The K2 was going crazy on them. No, not all the time, but you know, it was flickering from green to orange and sometimes up to red. So there must have been some kind of energy attached to them. I'm not saying it's like, you know, ghost, someone got killed with them or something, but you know, every time we handle something, we pass them on energy. And you know, those knives could have been used numerous amount of times and probably just got thrown away in the river because they weren't needed anymore. Before I know, you know, the knives could have been used as murder weapons. You know, it's a possibility. So anyway, let's say I've done the stream last night and found out that someone may have some kind of like energy, whether it been good, bad, or it's just like, you know, residual energy from, you know, people holding them. I didn't do no Ouija board, but I may do a Ouija board tomorrow with some of the items I found and see if we can get any kind of information on them. So I don't think I've really seen anyone do any kind of a stream where they've caught something either through like metal detecting or through magnet fishing and done a stream on any of the items to find out if they had any kind of like misadventure kind of thing, like, you know, if a knife had been used to kill someone, or was it just used as purple, you know, normal standard uses? Why was there like 10 musket balls in the lake? Although when I was throwing them in the bag, one of them came out of the bag and rolled back in the water and I couldn't find it, even with the magnet. But I'm going to go back there because I think there's going to be more stuff there. But with the video I did do and upload on the fishing channel, just before I finished, I've put my camera over and there's that much. You know, the pile was probably about that deep, that thickness, about that width, full of nuts, bolts, washers, nails, all kind of crazy stuff, you know. And I wasn't going to bring all that home because let me just go and get that other thing. I'll show you. God, this is fucking. Oh, Jesus, this is heavy. Before I show you the main thing here, I don't know what this. I don't know if this is a buckle, a buckle, or some kind of sign. I've not done anything to it because I'm actually trying to clean off all the coins at the moment and find out what's the best way of getting all the rust off before I start going on to the main ones. But that's actually got 2 holes there. And sometimes I have seen like doorways or trains with like these kind of buckle things on them. I'm not saying it's a buckle or a sign or whatever, but I don't know what it is, you know, until I try to find out by getting all that rust off. That's one of the items I found. Now, how do we know that this was never used as a weapon? You know what that is? That's a hammer, a metal hammer, iron hammer. For all I know, someone could have had their head bashed in with it. Now, with my K2 meter last night, and you know, I've not cleaned this or anything yet. The only thing that came out of here last night was like a sea urchin, like a river urchin, and that's still alive, which was surprising. I found it and it dropped on the floor, and then I found it again and I threw it down the toilet. So this is another one which kind of was giving me little hits on the K2 meter. Now for the main one, this is crazy. Now, as I say, I was told this was like a sign to you know, it's like an information thing for the firemen. So when they was like near fire, it's like a fire hydrant, like kind of posting. say like 200 meters, or it might have 200 fucking thousand liters of water, or that's what it could carry. Or I don't know, but it's something to do with water hydrants or something. Yeah. Now this is fucking heavy. I mean heavy. How my weight, my magnet picked this up, I do not know. My magnet picks up at full weight 60 kilo. Now this is at least 20 kilo, because I'm having to pick this up with both hands. And that's something to do with water hydrants or something, yeah. It's like, it's in the floor. And when the firemen come down, they see this and I say, like, 200. It's probably like, just telling you it's like 200 meters away before, like, then the nearest fire hydrant is or whatever. But I thought it's 200 SV, but it's not, it's 200 8V. So what those mean, I do not know. But when that pulled out, I thought, am I going to carry that home or what? And I just didn't want to leave it there. So I decided to stick it in my backpack. Now it's got this kind of bracket there, but it's fucking crazy, finding which, and all these were in the same like little river where I was yesterday. Right, let me just go and put these back and wash my hands. Actually, I'll just show you one more thing there, if you haven't seen it. Now, this also could have been used as a murder weapon. I'm not saying it could have been, but hey, they used it in Hostel. They also used it on Saw. How about a nice meat hook? Has been hung up by a meat hook, man. That is crazy. And it's actually got red patches on it. You've got one there and a couple of little small blotches up there. For someone could have got stabbed to the back of it, or it just might have been a general meat hook for animals. I don't know. If I had illuminator, I would use that. To be honest with you, let me just go and wash my hands. So yeah, what I'm planning to do, guys, is that every time I go to a river, if I find anything like kind of amazing or think it might be something special, and I feel some kind of energy coming from them, I might do a stream that night. Because with the cannonballs, well, musket balls, they were clean. When I pulled out the first one, I thought, whoa. Now, I can't remember what size I pulled out because I've got 4 different sizes. And I thought, oh, fucking hell, is that a musket ball? Oh, I thought, that's a musket ball. It's got to be, because I actually picked one of these up a couple of years ago over Mitcham Common. And it's not far from the waterfront. And it's around about exactly the same size as this. I thought, hey, that's a fucking musket ball. And I threw the fucking, the magnet in. And I was pulling them out like one every 2 or 3 minutes. It's kind of crazy. And I was pulling these out with pennies and 2p's and 5p's and those other items that you saw. It's kind of raw. And when I pulled this bullet out, that made the trip alone a bullet. I'm more happy to get the bullet more than the actual musket balls. To be honest, I don't know why. Because when I saw that, I thought, hey, there's a bullet, My eyes kind of popped open. I thought, whoa, bullet. I thought, well, if there's a bullet, there might be more than one bullet, because they usually say there's one, there's more, but I didn't find any more. And I'm thinking, well, if there's more bullets, there could even be a gun. And if there's a gun, that could have been the murder weapon. Now, what would I have done if I found a gun? Would I ring the police up and say, look, I found a gun in the river? Or would I just keep the gun, bring it home, clean it up, and just use it as a normal paranormal thing? Then we pull it after, or just keep it and frame it or something, But that bullet is live. It's still live. There you can see it's not been fired at all. And yeah, I have been warned not to put this in with these because, like, you know, if I accidentally drop it and it knocks out, it could fire and it could like reef bound or, you know, reflect or something and kill me. I don't want to be dead just yet. I know some of you guys out there probably want me dead, you know, get me off streaming, but fuck, I don't give a fuck what you think. But yeah, I put that in this glass where my death. Who would think about me putting that with death? Now he's looked like he's praying for the bullet to fucking go off and kill me or something, you know. But yeah, I'm going to do streams like, you know, it depends on how many times I go down to the river. I can't go down it every single day because it's going to cost me too much money on travel fare. So it's going to be like 2 or 3 times a week. Before I went down to the River Wonder yesterday, I did go to Mitcham Common and I wasn't getting nothing, you know, no hooks, no bait liners, no spindles, nothing. And I'd only gone around a little bit anyway. I could have done more, but the main place I wanted to go to, there's actual people there fishing, proper fishing. And I couldn't be standing next to them and phoning and fucking waiting because it'd be like disturbing all the fish and they'd probably be able to go at me and probably kick me head in or something and stole me fucking like magnet and threw it in so I wouldn't be able to get it. So, you know, I spent about half an hour and I thought, now fuck this, I'll go back down to the Wandle. And I was going to go to where I had the first spill, but something told me, no, don't go there, try somewhere else. Go to the, jump on the 118, go past the job centre and go down past the park bit because they've actually reconstructed that part of the Wandle and it's made it into like a walkway park, but they've got like some kind of construction going on with one of the bridges, so they've had to close a certain part off. But I just carried on walking down past the sports ground and I walked all the way along up towards Hackbridge, where one of my fishing buddies, Beamish, lives. I could have given him a ring, but I didn't. And I walked further up, and that's when I come to this little spot where these railings were. I thought, oh, let's try here. And I cast the magnet out, and I was getting nuts, bolts, screws. I even picked up a spanner, a little wrench bracket, knives, fork. Those 4 items I just showed you. The musket balls, coins. There's so much stuff, you know. If I was into like bring that home and melting it down, I could make probably a few pennies out of it, but I don't have that kind of equipment to melt stuff down and make it into like little slabs of like iron or whatever was coming out of the river at the time. But like yesterday, I thought, well, maybe I should do a little stream and see if we get anything. And you know, the K2 meter was actually flickering, you know, time to time, going a bit crazy. But I'm not saying it's like paranormal or if it is paranormal. It just could be residual energy that, you know, people have handled them over the years and it's been thrown in. And that residual, I believe, can still stay on those items even however amount of years, you know. It's like you could have, let's say, remote control. You're using that every day. When you die, you're leaving your residual energy on that. And, you know, someone might come along and take your TV and start watching your TV and, you know, use your remote control. You still got your residual energy on that because you used it for many years. So I believe that there are still residual energies on some of those items. Any of the items were used as murder weapons. I did put down on the video yesterday, could these been used as murder weapons? I didn't say they were, but they could have been. Like the meat hook, that could have been used as a murder weapon. The hammer could have been used as a murder weapon. Those musket balls could have been partially used as murder weapons or would have been used towards murdering people in the olden days. They say it's, I think when I googled it, it's like before the Civil War. Now, I don't know the Civil War. I think your Civil War in America is probably like the early 1800s, mid 1800s, something like that. Here we had different kind of wars. You know, our wars at completely different dates. Our Civil War could have been like 1700, could have been 1800, could be late 1800, could be early 1800. I don't know. I've not gone into any research. But, you know, in any war, they use different caliber of weapons, didn't they? They use like maybe more even different types of like musket rifles, different like caliber of like musket balls, hand muskets. They use swords and daggers and, you know, kind of that shit. Now, the other day I was watching a YouTube channel where a guy was doing magnet fishing in Scotland, and he actually pulled out in very good condition. It just didn't have the proper handle, but, you know, it still had the bit where the handle would have been on place of a medieval sword, and it's about that big, and it's in very good condition. And when he pulled that out, you know, he was well fucking surprised. I'd be surprised as well, actually. And he said, yeah, he's definitely taken that home. And I bet he's got that, like, you know, on some kind of like display cabinet or something right now. That's what I'd be doing. I'd fucking like go and put an overdraft on my bank and like get a display case for the damn thing. And it'd be like a really good kind of like a talkative attraction piece of like history, you know. Now, what I want to do is that I have got like, oh, actually, I don't know what I've done with it. Oh, where's that gone? Now, I've actually got this, right, which is meant to be for my spear, my Amphius crystal ball. Now, as you know, I do fishing stuff as well. So what I want to do is that I've got a load of corks, and I'm actually going to hollow out some of the corks and put them on like that. So I have my little kind of display in my living room. I'm not even going to clean them up. I'm going to leave whatever rust is on there because it gives that kind of petite, you know, kind of like look. And, you know, it shows how long they've actually been in the water for. And so I'm going to try and make some of these like little and put them as a display in my living room. But every time I go out, and if I do find of anything interesting, I might do a stream at night and see if we get any kind of activity on them. But it's only if it's going to be something that I think that, you know, it's going to be good and might be a good topic kind of view, you know, because I'm going to have to come home and do some research on whatever I might find. I might find another knife. I found like a little pocket knife. That's in the kitchen with all the coins, and I'm trying to get all the rust off of the coins. I'm using, like, at the moment, vinegar, Coca-Cola, WD-40, and salt, all as one liquid kind of compound. I had the coins in like different containers, one with vinegar and salt in, one with like Coca-Cola, one with Mr. Machine, like cleaning fluid, and another one with some other fluid. And I left them there for 15 hours and they were still kind of rusty. So I mixed them up and I've done a little stream earlier today. I think it was on my fishing channel where I was trying to clean them up, but they weren't coming up that clean. So what I've done then, I put them back in a bigger container. And again, I've mixed WD-40, Coca-Cola, vinegar and salt all together. And they've been in there in a soak for about another 6 hours. And I'll probably just leave them there overnight and see if I can get them cleaned up. I know baking soda is supposed to be pretty good. Soda. There are other things you can use to clean up coins, but yeah, I've seen videos where I've done a little bit of YouTube research on how to clean coins, and people say, "No, rusted coin, get it clean in 10 minutes." They put it in the fluid, and they say you back in 10 minutes, and 10 minutes later they come back and the coin's all nice and clean, kind of thing. No, I don't think that's real. I think that's bollocks, because like I've tried that and it's not clean in 10 minutes, and mine's less rusting than theirs were, kind of thing. So what I've probably done is like left it overnight and pretend it's 10 minutes later and come back and say, "Oh look, my coin's nice and clean now." Yeah, bollocks. I've had mine in 15 hours and it wasn't clean. A couple I got clean, but not sparkling clean, like no kind of thing, but clean enough. So apart from doing those kind of videos, when I come back from the river and if I find anything of interest, even tomorrow night, I might bring some of those items back in and do a Ouija board on them and try to get some information on some of those items, see if they were used for any kind of murder weapons or what kind of people might have used them. It's just going to be hearsay information. We can't guarantee, or I can't say to you, yeah, those muskets were definitely used to kill someone, or that hammerhead was used to beat someone's brains or something, it's whatever I get on the Ouija board when I do it tomorrow night doesn't mean that they were used in any kind of murder or anything. It could just been used for like day-to-day chores and stuff, The place where I got those from, I like to go back there. I was thinking going back there today, but I was too lazy, I was too tired. The only thing I did do was go out and do some shopping, and I came back and rested the rest of the day. Now I'm definitely going to go out tomorrow, but I want to go back into the same place, but it's telling me no. Or just tooting and go the opposite way, like as if I'm heading down towards Lambeth. So there might be something there. It's like a gut feeling, kind of thing. Because when I went at Mitcham Common yesterday, it's like a gut feeling. I need to go towards Hatbridge. And, finding those were like, well, gut feeling worked out. So now the gut feeling is telling me to go the other way. I've done a middle, and I've got to go that side. And maybe I might find some good stuff that side. I don't know. Maybe I might find another fucking coin spill, If I do, then that'd be like 3 coin spills in 3 days, which is going to be pretty good. But it's not just going to be that. I'm going to do like the normal stream as well, like have the Xbox connected probably on Wednesday. Do live stream at the kitchen. See if we can get any more activity in the kitchen. As you know, we keep getting a lot of noises and sounds, knocks, taps, bangs in there. So I'll probably do this kitchen for an hour or so. Then I'll put the Xbox on after. I can't put the Xbox on in the kitchen because I don't have the equipment to do it now. I don't have the cables. And I don't want to be taking the cable off this TV to put onto the one in the kitchen TV because it's just well, it'll probably work, but I don't want to keep pulling the cables around because every time you keep pulling the cables around, you're weakening the cables, and there's going to be a day where I ain't going to be able to get it connected to anything. We do the kitchen on Wednesday for a couple of hours, and then we do the Xbox in here for an hour or so. Because remember, the last 2 sessions I have done, we've had hits on a connect both nights. First night was 6 hits. The other night we had 4 hits. So Wednesday you might get some more, one might not, I don't know. But it depends on what day Rose is going to be doing it, because Rose is going to her mum's and she wants me to do some streams with her. So if that tangs up with the time that I want to do it, then I'll just do what Rose wants to do and I'll have my Xbox connected and I won't worry with the kitchen or whatever. I'll do that another night. I'm hoping to try and do some live streaming while I'm on the river as well, but that'll probably be on my fishing channel, if not on Facebook. If I do on Facebook, I can just wait until I get home and download the Facebook stream and then put it on here and on my fishing channel. But I would like to try and do some live stream while I'm down there as well. so you guys can actually see, I'm definitely making fishing, and I'm not buying this shit from eBay or anything. Well, you can see because I've already done fucking videos on the last couple of river treasure hunts, if you want to call it treasure hunts. They always say it's like, one man's wasted, another man's treasure. Maybe so, Don't know, is it? Depends on. What the fuck was that? Did you just see like a shadow walk past the back of me just then? I did. I don't know if you saw it, but where my fan is over there, past there then, I'm sure I did. Weird. So it depends on what roads you're going to be doing, we were supposed to be doing something special, but I don't know if she's going to be taking that item down with her, so we both do it. But I've not been able to get batteries for my one, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it anyway. If she says that she's definitely going to do one with that item she's got, and she wants me to do it with her, then I'm going to go and buy the batteries. So I ain't got the batteries for the one I've got, so I definitely need to buy batteries anyway at some time. I thought that as something, living bits of moth. Big moth flew past the DVR screen. So yeah, that's it really. Probably do a stream or two of those. If I don't do it with Rose, if she ain't able to get her dongle working, then I'll just probably do something myself. And then go from there, I suppose. Crap on TV. Some woman just like taking half her clothes off in a job centre. I think weird. I've got my TV on and it's about benefit people, yeah. I didn't know it was benefit until it just showed you the Job Centre Club, Job Centre Plus. On benefits, Bargain Barbie it's called. And this woman has just gone to the job centre and she took her coat off and all she's got is a bra and the panties on. Yeah. Some people are fucking weird, I tell you. Yeah, that's it, I think, really. I don't know if there's anything else. Streaming on River, if I can get a live stream running. Maybe the odd session on some of the items that I'll bring back from the river for magnet fishing. And I must state, though, the thing with bringing stuff back from the magnet fishing is that the magnet can actually cause a little bit of the EMF as well. Because if I get this magnet, 140 kilo pull, can you see that? So, like, although my magnet pulled up those items, the magnetic field that was on the items when it got pulled up shouldn't last more than an hour or two, to be honest with you. And I did not do a stream until like late in the afternoon, and that's like at least 4, maybe 5 hours after I came home. So that should have been plenty enough for any kind of like magnetism on any items to actually wear away. Or understand what I'm saying. There's one fucking movie making out of time, man. Wish I never bought that one. Now, yeah, that's it. I think that's it, guys. That's all I need to talk about, really. What streams I'm going to be doing during the week. Probably do a maximum of 3. 2 will probably be the paranormal. Well, 2 will be, no, hang on. 2 will be about the stuff I've bought back from the river. see if we get any kind of activity on them. One probably be with Rose, maybe two. I don't know how many Rose is going to do and how many she wants me on. Depends on if her dongle's working or not. So there's possibly going to be a minimum of 3 and a maximum of 5 this week. Okay. Now the ones where it do with Rose will probably be on her channel, or not on mine. Unless she starts getting internet connection problems, then she wants to do it on mine. That's fair enough. We can do it on mine, but we'll see where it goes. But the ones I do will be on mine anyway. So there'll definitely be at least 3 this week for you guys to come and watch if you want to come and watch. Any drama queens that come and watch and fuck off, they're not welcome, and they will be blocked and booted and banned on this channel. I've had enough. I've dealt with enough. I'm not going through any more shit. They can go screw themselves, and that's all I've got to say. So, and if you got any comments on how to get rust off items, let me know through side chat or through comments after this is done. And I'll take any advice on how to get rust off certain items. And I will, check it out. So as I say, I've used vinegar, Coca-Cola, salt with the vinegar. I've used Mr. Sheen, polish kind of stuff, the spray what you clean your ovens with. And I've also used Double D40 today as well. And that's all in one mixture today. So it's Coca-Cola, salt, vinegar, Mr. Sheen, and WD-40. And I tell you, when you go out there, what a smell. I've actually got the window open out there because it smells so bad. Yeah, I've done what the other person told me to do. Put the lid on, but don't shut it and seal it properly because, all the bubbles and the fizz and all that kind of stuff will build up and the lid will go flying off like a rocket and make a mess everywhere. So I'll just put the lid on gently. It's not sealed down shut. I've not checked them out there yet. I've been out there soaking for another 4 hours. So that's well over 20 hours in total. I've got a couple of coins clean. But there's probably about another 70 pence. That's probably about just under $1 in change that haven't, got cleaned off yet. And I don't want to be sitting there like I did earlier with a toothbrush, brushing it off, If I can get it so it eats away that rust and makes that rust crumble and fall off the coins without me having to put extra work on it, and that's the way I'd like to do it. Now I know there was one I saw on YouTube where a guy used a battery and he put 2 prongs on. He had one in the fluid and the other one on the item. Left it overnight and it cleaned half of it because it was too big going fully. So he's done half, then he turned it around and done the other half. So I'm going to try to do it that way. It's like electrodiodes or whatever it's called. So I might try that later in the week. And I think you use vinegar with these one, with salt. But yeah, anyway, I'm going to go, guys. I'm tired. I'm hungry. I'm going to probably go and cook myself something to eat. Got to clean the frying pan out. So I didn't do it the other day. I got too lazy. I cooked my herb chicken and pork with melted cheese on top, and I didn't wash the frying pan out. So now I've got to go and wash the frying pan out and cook the rest of the chicken and pork and stick herbs on and put some melted cheese on and eat that for tonight. Last night I had Chinese special fried rice. I didn't think I was going to be hungry tonight, but I am. So plus for some reason I feel really tired out already. Don't know why. So I'm going to try and have an early night tonight. So I'll get up early and spend more time out during the daytime on the river. And this time I'm not going to wear my bloody boots. I'm going to wear my trainers because them boots killed my feet yesterday. So don't forget, keep an eye out. Probably 3 videos, maybe 4, maybe 5 this week. Don't know. You'll get notifications anyway. Even if I'm doing it on Rose's channel, I'll share the link out on my G Plus on Facebook. So just keep an eye out on Rose's channel as well, in case we are doing it on here. If we ain't and it's on here, you'll get notifications anyway. So I'm going to make another drink because this orange is making my throat dry actually. And I'll catch you later in the week, guys. Cheers for watching. Bye for now.